We will begin class seated. So feel free to bring in blocks, bolsters, anything to help get comfortable. You might take a block underneath the hips. So if you find that the lower spine rounds at all in this pose, sit on something. That way the spine can grow nice and tall, crown of the head stacks above the sacrum. Beginning by planting palms on the knees. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose, draw shoulders up to ears. And exhale with a sigh. Shoulders melt down the back. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down the back. Closing the eyes. We'll begin to take control of the breath. Inhaling through the nose, filling up the belly. The breath rises up into the collarbones. And exhale through the nose, releasing the top of the lungs, bottom, and belly last. Inhaling, allowing that breath to rise up into the chest. Exhale, spilling out, leaving the top of the chest first, and then the belly draws into spine. Now, scanning the body. Continue with this breath. We'll start with the hips. Inhale, see if you can draw the breath to the hips. And on the exhale, relax and let go, allowing any tension to melt into the mat below. Relaxing the shoulders as you exhale. Feel the shoulder blades melt and glide down the back. Softening the throat. Relaxing the jaw. And the tongue gets heavy on the bottom of the mouth. Relaxing all of the facial muscles. And the scalp. As you exhale, all tension melts down the body and into the earth below. And that is our theme, is letting go. Letting go of what does not serve you any longer. May those be thoughts, possessions, relationships. We'll practice the art of letting go in our yoga asana practice so that we can bring it out into our daily life. Bringing the palms together at the heart, Anjali Mudra or prayer. Setting the collective intention to let go and let be. Blinking the eyes open. Inhale, fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, twisting towards the right, left hand to right knee. Right hand stacks behind, creating a second spine. I'll turn and show you what I mean by this. Again, finding the crown stacked over the hips. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, belly button draws in. Lowering chin to chest. Draw a necklace on the chest. Bringing chin to the left shoulder. And drawing it back down again. Starting with the belly, then the shoulders. Return back to center. Inhaling the hands up. Exhale, turning to the left this time. Right hand plants on left knee. Left hand stacks behind the back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, belly button draws in. Gaze over the left shoulder. Exhale, chin draws across the chest. Over to the right shoulder. Keep the chin tucked in, back of neck long. Exhale, chin down, gazing over left shoulder. And allow the belly to release. Shoulders return back to center. At this point, if you would like to come off of the block, feel free. Taking a seated forward fold, walking forward, getting heavy through the sit bones, hips, forehead melts towards the earth. This is a great place to bring a block or a bolster underneath the chest or the forehead. Take a few breaths here. Softening into the hips. Inhale, filling up the back of the body. Exhale into the hips. Scanning the body and take note of anywhere you're holding tension. Perhaps in the jaw, the shoulders, the neck, especially the hips. And on the next exhalation, see if you can allow those areas to open up and melt just a little bit more. Might even rock gently side to side. Walking the hands in. Making way to tabletop, you can move over the knees, pressing forward, or option to swing those legs off to the side. We'll meet with the chest facing towards the top of the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And taking freeform movement here, roll arounds. Forward, big circles. And stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Taking traditional cat-cow. Exhaling, drawing tailbone down, belly button towards the spine, round through the shoulders, look at the belly button. Inhale, spill the hips forward, belly lowers, heart shines forward, spreading across the collarbones. Exhale, tucking the tailbone. Cats. Inhale, release. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And finding neutral. Right foot extends back. Option to stay right here or extend the left hand forward. Inhale. Exhale, elbow and knee draw together. Inhale. Exhale again. You can just use the knee. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Extending the leg behind, plant the hand. Drawing belly button in, draw knee towards the nose, tint the fingers, step forward, low lunge. You might tuck the back toes, lift the knee slightly, and lower back down. Avoid front knee going over the ankle. So if you find yourself here, scoot the ankle forward. Set up the base first. So we root, find our support below. Knowing that it is always there, we just kind of need reminders sometimes. So find the roots. And either walking the hands up the knees or scoop lower belly in and inhale to rise. Low lunge. Inhale, gazes lifted, fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, shoulders draw down the back. Drawing tailbone down, lower belly zips in and up. Avoid spilling forward here. Gently press into the front leg, almost as if you were going to stand up. With each exhalation, allowing tension to roll off the shoulders, down the spine, down the left leg, and out through the knee. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, planting the hands, surround the front foot. We'll slide right foot back, extend the leg once more. This time, cross it over the left foot. Draw lower belly in and peek over left shoulder. As you breathe in, filling up the right lung. Spread the ribs wide and exhale. One more. Stepping right foot or right knee back into place. Take a little free form movement, circles. Extending left leg. Toes point down. Foot is in line with the hip. This time, right arm forward as an option. Lower belly in, tailbone reaching towards the back heel. Inhale. Exhale. Elbow and knee come together. Inhale. Exhale, rounding the spine. Look at the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Extending foot and arm. Right hand plants. Drawing left knee towards the nose. Tint the fingers. Stepping left foot forward. Good. Find the base first. Lower belly draws into spine. Inhale, rising up. Low lunge. Tucking tailbone, zipping up through the lower belly. Inhale, lengthen up through the heart, the crown of the head. Rise and look at the fingertips. Exhale, shoulders melt down the back. Few breaths. Gazing forward. Again, pressing into the front foot, almost as if you're going to stand up. Left hip draws back. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Hands surround the front foot. We'll glide the foot back, extending it. Toes point down and crossing foot over the right. Head looks over the right shoulder. Press into the back heel. And returning to tabletop. Toes come together, knees out, hips settle back towards the heels, walking palms forward, head rests on the earth. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth with a sigh. Letting go. Inhale, roll up through the spine, knees under hips, shoulders over wrists. Tucking the toes, the hips reach back. Let's get a little toe stretch before we rise up into our downward facing dog. Check in with the fingertips here. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Middle finger is pointing straight forward. Engaging lower belly, lift the knees. So begin to find length in the spine as the tailbone grows towards the sky. Crown of the head lengthens in the opposite direction. Mindful, it is not necessary to have the knees straight. If this happens, sometimes our lower back rounds. We are more interested in having a nice, deep space in the front of the groin. So bend the knees, tailbone reaches to the sky. Nice deep fold in the front of the hip. Externally rotate through the shoulders. Inhale, right foot to the sky. On the exhalation, knee draws to nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale. Now an option here is to come back down to the knees. You can do the same thing. Exhale, rounding forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And rounding forward, we're stepping right foot in between the hands, tint the fingertips, preparing for high lunge this time. Option to have that back knee lowered. Right hip draws back in space. Inner thighs squeeze towards midline. Lower belly draws in. Inhale, reach arms forward. Pressing up to standing. Pressing out through the back heel. Right hip draws back. Belly comes in. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, shoulders melt. Get heavy through the feet. Inhale. Exhale. Fingers surround the front foot. Step forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Shake the hips out. Here's another place where bent knees is totally acceptable and really kind of encouraged. That way we can rest belly towards the thighs as the tailbone reaches up. Hips or sit bones up towards the sky. Crown of the head lengthens towards the earth. Allow the shoulders and the head to get heavy. Inhale, hands slide up the shins, finding a flat back. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Walking back, downward facing dog. Let's pedal out the heels, bend deep into one leg as the other one lengthens. And for the other side, inhale, left foot. Exhale, round through the upper back, belly button in, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, this time stepping the foot forward. Getting set up. You can tint the fingers, make any adjustments. Drawing lower belly in. Fingertips reach forward. Inhale, press through that front foot to rise up. High lunge. Continue to press through the back heel. Lower belly zips in. Inhale, up the front of the body. Exhale, down the back of the body. Arms are lifted. Shoulders melt down the back. Inhale. Exhale. Tenting the fingers, right foot steps forward. Feet are about hip distance apart. Uttanasana, or forward fold. Taking hands to the creases of the elbow. Shoulders and head get heavy. Relaxing the hands. Zipping up through the lower belly. Rise up to standing. Shoulders melt down the back. Palms spiral forward. Tadasana, or mountain pose. You stay at the top of your mat. I'm going to turn. Feet are about hip distance apart. Palms spiraling forward. We'll inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, draw them down the back. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, thumbs meet at the heart. Anjali Mudra. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Soften the knees. Get heavy through the feet. Close the eyes. Inhaling up the front of the body to the crown of the head. Exhale. Watch the breath fall down the back of the body. Shoulders relax. Tailbone gets heavy. Heels melt into the earth. So we're taking a circle with the breath. Inhaling. Might even lift the front toes. As the breath rises up the front of the body. Exhale. Down the back. Tuning into the intention for letting go. Blinking the eyes open from the top of the mat. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, thumbs meet at the chest again. Sitting into Uttanasana, or chair pose. Lower belly draws in as tailbone releases towards the mat. Palms together, elbows active out to the side. Wiggle the toes, get heavy into the heels. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale, rising up, fingertips to the sky. And folding forward, exhale. Bend the knees, melting down. Belly rests towards the thighs. Uttanasana. Inhale halfway. Palms come to the shins, drawing shoulders away from the ears. Lower belly engages. Halfway lift, or Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale. Returning to chair pose. Bend into the knees nice and deep. Inhale, rise up. Utkatasana. Inhale, rising up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale. Thumbs meet at the sternum. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Shifting weight into the right foot, picking up the left. Shoulders draw down the back. Lower left foot, shifting weight. Right foot rises. Imagine you're trying to kick your bum with your heel. Foot plants. Finding chair. Inhale. Exhale, sit a little deeper. You got this. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Bend the knees, rising up. Chair pose once more. Let's bring our hands to heart. Shifting the weight into the right foot. Picking up left. Heart reaches forward, left foot reaches back. Finding high lunge. We've already been here. You can do it. Feeling grounded through the feet. Pressing out through the back heel. Right hip draws back. Inhale up through the front of the body. Hands rise. Exhale, sinking. Heavy in the hips. Inhale. Exhale, stepping forward. Find chair pose again. Woo! I feel my thighs. Inhale, rise up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, folding forward. Sway side to side. Imagining the inhalation rising up the back of the legs to the top of the hips, and exhaling over the back like a waterfall, releasing into the earth below. And as you imagine this, let go of any negative thoughts, any tension holding in the body. Let it descend out through the fingertips. One more breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, sitting back into the hips. Inhale to rise. Utkatasana, chair pose. Bring those hands back to the heart. This time shifting the weight into the left foot. Find your balance. And sending right foot back. Left hip draws back. Inhale up the front of the body. Fingertips rise. Exhale, heavy into the feet. Pressing out through the back heel. Relaxing shoulder blades down the back. One more breath. Hands to heart. Shift forward. Come back into chair. Inhale to rise. Exhale. Finding Tadasana, palms out to the side. Softening through the knees. Shoulders melt down the back. Bringing awareness to the feet. Having gratitude for how they carry you and support you. Acknowledging their connection to the earth. And how the earth supports. And it's there for us without us even asking. One more breath. Inhale out and up, eyes open. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, Feet step back, downward facing dog. External rotation through the shoulders, middle finger pointing straight forward. Relaxing the knees, tailbone reaching high, shoulders melting down the back, creating length between the ears and the shoulders. And lowering down to the knees, nice and slow. Exhale, finding cat. Inhale, finding cow. Exhale. Inhale. Cow, tuck the toes, hips reach back. Lifting the knees, hover for a moment, and then pressing heels towards the earth, tailbone rises, downward facing dog. Peeking up at the hands, tiptoe to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, rolling up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders down the back, hands spiral forward, Tadasana. Good. We'll move into tree pose. I'm going to turn so you can see. Shifting the weight into the right foot. We'll start by turning left knee out, coming to the ball of the foot. Hands to the hips. Option to stay right here, feeling strong through the right foot, reaching roots out through the big toe mound, little toe mound, and the inner and outer edges of the heel. Next option is to begin to slide left foot up. We might stop here at the calf, or we may slowly bring the foot a little bit higher. Just avoid planting it right on the knee joint, so either below or above. Good. Leveling off the hips, pressing foot, if you have it, on the leg, pressing it gently in, zipping and hugging. See if you can find the sensation of hugging legs in towards center line and drawing up through the lower belly. And here we can start to incorporate hands, maybe bringing hands to prayer or lengthening them towards the sky. Good. It can be swaying trees. It's okay to fall. One more breath. Good. And bringing knee to center. Might hold onto the knee or let it float, hands to the hips. All right, from here, we're going to make our way back to high lunge. I'm going to turn. Shifting heart forward. Left heel pressing back. Ball of the foot plants. Here we go. Inhale the arms up. We'll keep it moving. Exhale, twisting right fingertips towards the back. Left hand forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, stepping forward. Good. Tree on the other side. Let's neutralize. Let's bring the hands to the hips. Draw a few circles. Again, you can stay at the top of the mat. I'll turn. From here, begin to shift the weight over towards the left, feeling big toe mound, little toe mound, inner and outer edges of the heel. You can rock the foot side to side. See if you can find equal distribution of weight. And right knee turns out. Bring the heel to the ankle. Ball of the foot plants. We'll start right here. This is a great place to stay. If you'd like to move the leg up or the foot up the leg, feel free. Maybe bringing the foot to the calf and bringing it all the way up. Again, imagining inner thighs drawing towards center, zipping up through the body, palms come together at the heart, or inhaling, growing branches. Continuing to flow with that breath in and out of the nose. And hands come to the heart, knee forward. Again, you can take hold of the knee or let it float, hands to the hips. And reaching foot back, chest forward. Ball of right foot plants. It's okay if you're a little wobbly. Inner thighs draw in. Zipping up through the front of the body. Inhale. Exhale, twisting towards the left. Left hand reaches back. Right hand forward. Inhale, lengthen. Opening to the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Stepping forward. Top of the mat. Hands to the hips. Draw some circles. Good. Inhale out and up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale, floating down to the knees. Reaching back, resting, hips towards the heels, getting a toe stretch. Checking in with the hands, middle finger points forward, external rotation through the shoulders, picking up the knees, hovering, chest towards thigh, and heels get heavy, tailbone to the sky. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. We will meet in child's pose, so if you'd like to go there now, go right on ahead. We'll meet you there. Knees float down. Untuck the toes. Hips get heavy. Lengthen arms forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth with a sigh. Getting low to the earth here is a great place to be reminded of the support that you have. One more breath. And rolling up. We'll move the hips off to the side, coming back to seated. And we'll send legs straight forward. Walking hips back. Toes flex towards the face, arms rise up, and folding forward, Paschimottanasana. The destination is not to touch the toes. Feel free to bring in blocks for modification or bolsters. See if you can get a deep crease in the hips. Tailbone reaching back. You can even bend the knees if you'd like. Resting forehead forward. Finding what level works today for you. I'm taking a few breaths here. Inhale, rolling up. And bring the knees with you. We'll plant them hip distance apart. Hands behind, fingertips point forward. Lift the hips, reverse table. See if you can get the hips in line with the knees. And notice if the tailbone is dipping, tuck it. See if you can point it towards the knees. Lower belly engages. Nice stretch on the shoulders as well. And exhale to lower. One more Paschimottanasana. Walk those hips back. Sit up nice and tall. Arms rise. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Might even find a little bit more length on this second time around. I'm rolling up. Again, bring the knees with you. Crossing over, returning to table. Right knee slides forward. Turn the foot towards the left. Tuck the back toes. Wiggle hips down. We're meeting in pigeon. Now, if you notice that we're falling over towards one side, the back foot or knee is turned out, then bring some props in. So come up, slide a block underneath the right hip, and peek back. Make sure the back knee is pointed down. And then walking hands out, maybe come down to the elbows. This is a great place again to bring a bolster or a block in for the forehead. Find the modification that you'd like to take. And we'll hang out in Sleepy Pigeon. And these quiet, more passive poses, our thoughts tend to wander a little bit more here. And that's okay. If you find that any pop up, see if you can let them go as you exhale. We practice simply observing thoughts that pop up in yoga class, in our yoga asana classes. And return focus back to the breath. So that way we're strengthening the ability to not let the thoughts that play in the mind control us. We bring the awareness away from the thoughts and to the breath, to the body. So watch the breath as it inhales into the hip, the right hip, and exhale, soften through the hip. sinking a little bit more. We'll take a breath or two more in this posture. Walking the hands in, coming up, slide the knee out, back to table, draw a few circles into the hip. And sliding left knee towards the left wrist and the ankle towards the right side. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and let the hips lower. Again, finding any props that you'd like to use. Back knee points down. Begin to walk the hands forward. Sleepy pigeon. Scanning the body. Checking in with the left hip. Are you holding tension there? Are you holding on to something that you could let go? The next exhalation, release. One to two more breaths. And walking hands in. Scooping the left knee up. Table. Circles into the left knee and hip. And returning to seated. Rolling down to our backs. You can reach the hands forward, one vertebrae at a time, rolling down. Oh my goodness. I'm just ready to stay right here. All right. Stay with me now. Just a few more moments. Bring the feet planted hip distance apart. Lower back long on the mat. And rocking the hips. Gentle forward or anterior and backward posterior. Tipping of the pelvis. Bringing awareness to the small of the back, and notice that when we tuck the tailbone, the low back lengthens and flattens out onto the mat, and then as we untuck and spill the belly forward, how it lifts off of the mat. Do that a few more times, and then we'll find lower back flattened, so gently tuck the tailbone, belly button draws into spine, fingertips reach towards the heels, palms plant down, shoulders tuck towards midline, and begin to peel the back up off of the mat. Knees point forward. And then lower, one vertebrae at a time, starting at the top, flattening out the back, and the tailbone is the last to release. Good. Keep that magnetization of the belly button towards the spine. Drawing it in, tailbone lifts. Inhale. Bridge. Exhale. Release. Inhale. Exhale. And this next one we will hold, lifting the hips. Again, feel free to walk shoulders a little bit closer. Continue to press firmly into the feet. Tailbone drawing towards the knees, belly button active to the spine. And inhale, filling up the front of the body. Exhale through the nose. Pressing through the feet, keeping the hips lifted. One more breath. As you're ready to release, starting at the top of the spine, I like to imagine I'm laying down a string of pearls, a vertebrae, one at a time. Tailbone is the last to go. Lengthen the legs long. Inhale, hands overhead. Oh, hug knees in. Arms on the inside of the knees. Take hold of the pinky edge of the foot and draw knees towards shoulders. Feel free to rock side to side. And releasing the feet. Finding Shavasana. Hands relax out alongside the body. Toes flop open to the sides. Close the eyes. Scanning the body. Starting at the toes, give them a wiggle, let them relax. And the ankles. Get heavy through the calves, the knees. Relaxing through the thighs, the hips. The body is just becoming heavier and heavier. And the fingertips, and the wrists, elbows, belly softens, shoulders get heavy, the throat relaxes, the jaw gets heavy, the tongue resting on the bottom of the mouth. Eyes get heavy in their sockets. I'm feeling the back of the body weighted into the earth. Wiggling the fingers, the toes, the ankles, the wrists, rolling them out, bringing a little bit of movement and rolling onto one side. And press up to seated. Returning back to where we started. Keep the eyes closed. Bring hands together at the heart. And take a moment once more to observe the body. Taking note of any shifts that have happened. What weight that we have let go. Acknowledging a sense of peace. Knowing that you can tap into that peace at any time. It always exists within you. I think sometimes we just forget. Opening the eyes. Thank you for being here, for doing something good for the body that you're living in. And know that simply by practicing, you are adding to the greater collective and adding to the greater good in the world. So thank you. See you next time. Namaste.